Alright, this is removing and replacing your heater core pipes on your 4th gen Maxima without removing the dash. Honestly, this is going to be more of a tips and tricks kind of thing because I can barely get in there, much less getting me and the camera in there. So as you can see, I pulled out the evaporator core. There's your AC line right there, and where they come through the firewall. That's where my upper heater core pipe used to be before I snapped the fucking thing off. And of course that hose just goes right there, kind of loops around. Where is it? I don't even know what the fucking thing is. But it loops around from there into the firewall right there, as well as your lower is right there and kind of comes around over that way. So I broke the upper. The upper is actually the harder one to do, as it figures, because it's so close to the top of the firewall. Now, like I said, you will have to remove your evaporator core, and I got mine sitting right there. And which of course means you have to remove the glove box. I'll put in the link to my evaporator core replacement video. But after you remove the evaporator core, which sits fucking here, there's your heater core pipes. You can see I already got the top one removed, which sucked, and there's the bottom one, which is actually a lot easier. So here's your brand new replacement tube, OE 92-231 40U00. Retails at 28 bucks or some shit like that. Got on eBay for 22. So here's my broken guy, and you can see that ridge right here is pretty much where it sticks through the firewall. So mine completely snapped off flush. And you can see it's got this big base, and this is where it screws onto the heater core itself. There's 4 little Phillips head screws. And as it's in the car, it's like this. This upper right screw, if you're doing the top one, you have almost zero clearance. Fucking focus. You have almost zero clearance to get that screw out. Because by the time you get your screwdriver in there, the handle of the screwdriver hits the firewall, and it's just not fun. So here's the new one. They do come with the O-ring, even though it's called out separate in the parts diagram. And they are both the same, top and bottom. So if you broke both of them, you just need quantity 2 of that. So now, it's going to be fun trying to get that. Actually, let's see if we can get a picture of the heater core itself. This is going to be the fun part. So I got to hold a camera and a flashlight and a fucking mirror. Okay, so you can see that that hole right there's the heater core. That hole right there you've seen on the mirror, that's where the heater core pipes enter and exit. And you can see there's 4 screws. Actually, I kind of wonder if I could even... Yeah, there you go. There it is, and out of the way. There's the lower one. Hey, wow, I'm getting dizzy there. So, to get the old one out, actually what I was able to do was undo all 4 screws, then actually just yank it backwards towards the passenger side of the car to kind of get at an angle to clear the heater core. Then I spun it around. Basically, where the fuck's the camera? Okay. Basically, I pulled it away from the heater core like this, spun it 180, and I was able to pull it through the firewall. Now, what I'm hoping is I can reinstall the same way. Take this new one, which of course is, right about an inch longer, stick it through the firewall, spin it, and screw it down. That upper right screw is going to be absolutely horrible to do. But, hey, if I can get away with not pulling the fucking dash out, that would be awesome. Alright, I'm hoping to get a video of actually getting this thing through the fucking firewall and spun around and right on track. I'll probably be in your way the entire fucking time. And you're going to be in my way, but let's see. This number, sure if it's around the firewall. And come up. Make sure you don't drop that gasket, that O-ring. And, it's actually in place. So looky there. You can't see shit, but there you go. So, yeah. You can see the clearance. That top right screw is absolutely horrible. Then you can see how much easier the bottom one would be. You have clear access to all the screws. And, yeah. So, basically get the 4 screws back in, and I'll throw the hose back on. Alright, so as it turns out, the easiest way to get to the upper screw is like this. 3-inch Phillips bit. and a ratcheting screwdriver guy. It just takes 1/4 inch bits. So, but yeah, it's all back together. Now just to throw the evaporator core back in, put the heater hoses back on, bleed the damn coolant system, and you're good to go. Yep, and there's that new heater core pipe. Looks so much better than that old brownish aged plastic. Actually, you can see here, these are the pieces that fell out. Actually, I had to break out of the pipe after it broke off. But you can see, actually that ridge on the pipe I was talking about isn't quite where it comes to the firewall, but it's damn close. So I must have had, right about a 1/4 inch sticking out of the firewall. But I did successfully do it without pulling the dash. So anytime you can not pull the dash to do something, that is a win. So like I said, well, you gotta bolt your, put your AC lines back on, do a complete evac, vacuum, recharge, all that. Bleed your cooling system after you get your hose back on. And that's it, you're done. Kind of replacing the heater core pipes on your 4th gen Maxima without pulling the fucking dash.